time we're going to dig into both axles. We're going to take a look at the ring, pinion gear, and maybe do some shimming. Oh yeah, take a look. Here it is in all of its upside down glory. We're going to go ahead and dig into the front axle first. Have seen a bunch of guys already post up broken ring and pinions, either the pinion or the ring or both. So I'm going to add some shims to that. So the tires come off, take the knuckles, pull the axles out. You got 4 bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can get to the ring gear, the spool and all that. Take the drive shaft off and the pinion gear can come right out. Shouldn't have to remove the pinion gear, but we're going to dig into this thing and get this going. If you're about to do this, hopefully you found your 10 millimeter, because that wheel nut takes a 10 millimeter to get it off. This is so beefy. The front axles are out, and just for reference, that little bitty axle right there is actually out of a Rift. So, and the Rift is pretty darn beefy. Yeah. With all those out, I'm going to take the links loose right here and the drive shaft. This way I can kind of tilt the axle forward a little bit. I mean, I'm not sure how much I'll be able to get with the track bar, pan hard bar in there, but it'll allow easy access to those bolts right there. I also had to take the shocks loose to get to all 4 of those, and those will take the cover off, and then we can see what's inside of this thing. Let's see. Guys, I don't know what this stuff is, but it looks like snot, and I really like it. I know a lot of guys have broken these gears. We're going to see if I can shim this a little bit closer. That is some awesome stuff, man. Look at that. It's like I done and blew my nose in there, and woof, that's some good stuff. It looks really good. But man, people are blowing these teeth right off though. So I'm going to add about 22 of a shim because that's what I've got on hand. However, in the top right corner, if you look at that, those are the armor part numbers. Those fit as well. Just use one of those on the ring gear side right here, and that should bring it up tight. Hopefully keep everything together. Pinion gear looks good. Just to compare, this is the Rift differential right here, and this is the SCX8. So definitely a bit of a difference. I know quite a few of us were like, okay, they repackaged the Rift stuff, the driveline, to go into this. That is not the case. Not the case at all. 2 of these shims together come out to about 0.22 millimeter. So I've got 2 of them together. And I know guys have posted up that the 0.2 works perfectly. So hopefully this right here will actually fit back down in there. Give me a little bit tighter mesh. If you guys haven't noticed something, I have a pattern when I get vehicles like this. Before I go max on power, before I go crazy with motors and all that stuff, I go through the driveline first. I try to beef up everything that can break before I put the big power to it. And that's most of the cases, but you know, sometimes I got to get a little stupid, right? But anyway, hopefully this right here will hold up. And there we go. It is a little bit tighter. It absolutely is. What, you know, you kind of shimming a gear closer, of course it's going to get tighter, right? But it does feel tighter. I don't notice any slop at all. There was a tiny little bit before. So hopefully this will keep the gears alive. When I put 4S on it, I'd rather keep this thing driving. You know what I mean? That snot is awesome. Front is done, and I'm not sure whether it was just the size of the parts or whatever, but it's a really easy job to do. Really. To do the rear axle is going to be easier, except you got to take the wheel hexes off. It looks so close to get that out past the wheel hex, but it just doesn't go. So got to get that loose to get that bolt out. That way you can remove the axle shafts out that way and out that way. On the rear, watch this. Yeah, shims are definitely needed here. There we go, guys. I can't hardly feel any side to side. The noise you're hearing is that snot. Oh, that's some good stuff. With this, you can see both rear axles, Rift and the SCX6. Pretty darn beefy. I also want to point out the lack of rubber sealed bearings in this thing. Like the transmission had them in there, I believe. Not the axles. It's all back together and ready to go. Put some stainless bolts on those little hubs. Sometimes it's the little things that just matter. And also there's something else I want to show you guys that I did to this. Putting the body on, the fender bolts, the little bosses and all that can be a real pain. So I trimmed these back about 1/8 of an inch with a set of scissors. That seems to make a world of difference because I was having to peel the body out to get it underneath the fender. So you may want to trim that. It looks just fine in all honesty. But anyway, all right. So that's pretty much it. Diffs are shimmed. So to get this started, we're going to just do some simple takeoffs here. Here's first gear. 3S. Now here's second gear, 3S. My steering is so much better since the brace and BEC. World of difference, guys, look at that. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and hook that 4S up and see what we got. There we go, let's go ahead and power this thing up. I don't like that on-off switch location. You can get hurt down there. Here we go, armed and ready. All right, 4S, here we go, first gear. That already sounds better. Here we are, second gear, let's see. Still mild on the startup, but yeah, it definitely has a roll up to it as far as the power goes. I haven't done any tuning with the ESC, so that could probably be it. So, but anyway, let's go do some crawling in 4S. Right after I get a sweet jump. See what we got going here. Tires are good and dirty. It's been raining quite a bit, so this thing is a monster. Done a little bit of running with it off camera just to kind of get the feel for it. I gotta say, I think I actually like it better on 3S. It's not meant to be a big basher or anything like that. 4S seems to be a little bit odd feeling, if that makes any sense. But we're going to go ahead and complete this crawl right here on 4S, and I'm going to go ahead and change it back to the 3S. Now this is really, really narrow. I like the crawl of the stock system, I really do. Let's see. Golly. Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna go back. Whoa. That pulled down the 10 amp BEC. Did you guys hear that? Woo. That put a hurting on the castle. Wow. All right, big guy. But the steering is immensely better. Now with that kind of a hurt, it just put on the Castle BEC and pulled the motor, the fan motor down. That kind of leads me towards, been seeing guys using that Reese 2000, which is direct power, which makes a lot of sense. Oh, look at that control, that was nice. Which makes a lot more sense now that I'm seeing this. I still want to try the servo out of the DBXLE though. So that's probably what I'll get onto after this. I like the stock power system in this. I'm gonna have to do some connecting to the tuner and maybe make some adjustments, but overall. Really nice. With the diff shimmed, that rear one really needed it. I was really kind of surprised at how much the rear needed it. The front seemed like it was okay. As far as the drive part goes, I did the 3S, the 4S, kind of a short drive on it, but I gotta tell you, at this point in time, I think I need to get into the ESC. I think I need to get in there, change some settings. I need to see if I've got a tuner to get in there. If I do, great. If not, well, I'll just have to order the right one, I guess. But as it is right now, I actually prefer the 3S. I really do. For some reason, the 4S felt a little bit jumpy, a little bit not as smooth as what the 3S is. Now I've got the BEC to go around the ESC and all that stuff, so it wasn't under a lot of stress, but I just kind of like the 3S for now. But anyway, I will put a link to everything down below, including the shims that you need to get for these. The shims I used were a little bit on the odd side, but they were the right size. So I'll put that down below. I'll also link up the GT5 Radio, which is going to go in here as well. So guys, check that description. Use those links. They are affiliate links: AMain, eBay, Amazon, and Horizon. Use those links and make sure you're subscribed. Guys, thank you all for watching. Guys, if you like what you see, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ring that bell. So, in the description, there's a link to become a channel member. If you want to become a channel member, it's a very simple $2, $5, $10, or if you really got some money, $25 a month. It's a simple way to support the channel. So, get that, and I am doing monthly giveaways for members only, so you might want to consider it. So, guys, use those links. Make sure you're subscribed. Thank you all for watching.